Hi, my name is Chris Byrne. I am here in Port Townsend with the Port Townsend Film Festival, and I'm screening my movie, which I produced, called Obselidia. Basically, Obselidia is a film about the last door-to-door encyclopedia salesman who is documenting everything that is becoming obsolete, including one of the entries, which is love. In the process of doing this and documenting everything that's becoming obsolete, Mike Picciarelli, our lead actor who plays the character George, meets a lady, Gaynor Howe, called Sophie, who is a silent movie projectionist. And he interviews her for his book of obsolete things, which she then aptly names the Obselidia. And they go on a journey out to the desert to interview a scientist based on the scientist character named James Lovelock, who wrote a book in the 60s, 70s called Gaia, or The Revenge of Gaia, which talks about the world being a self-regulating organism. They do the interview with him, they leave his location, he's keeping bees out there in the desert. He's talking about the decline of bee population and the environment, and he then has a heart attack, dies out in the desert. They fall in love. They have a love connection. They have an unresolved issue of their love, and then they go back to Los Angeles. She goes back to her original life, and he goes back to his original life. It's a very simple little story, and it's a road movie and a love story for our parents' generation. We shot the movie in 17 days. Locations were Culver City, Los Angeles, and Santa Monica, and Death Valley. We worked with a total of 7 different actors, and we edited in April, May. We shot it, edited in June, July, music and sound August, September, and ready for submission to the first film festival of the year, which was Sundance. It won multiple awards at Sundance. As a result of that, we were invited to Ashland, and as a result of Ashland, we were invited here by the kind folks of Port Townsend. Actually, the only really difference is that Sundance is obviously a well-trued and trusted and proven kind of brand, if you will. The actual films that are embedded in Port Townsend and in Sundance are very similar, and the audiences here in Port Townsend and at Sundance are very similar, more intellectually aware, more socially aware, environmentally aware, and Sundance has turned a corner. It has a new leadership and a young man called John Cooper who is running the show at Sundance, and he basically has the same kind of embodiment towards film that the people in Port Townsend have. So, you know, all of the guys that organize the film festival here at Port Townsend are very similar to those people at Sundance. Since January, we've done the festival circuit with our film. We've done European film festivals. We're about to go into a Spanish film festival. We did the American Film Festival circuit, of which we're still on. We did Tribeca, we're about to go to Heartland, we're about to go to Carmel. Basically, it's a never-ending journey of like festivals, but I would say the real feather in our cap was Sundance, Ashland, Port Townsend, Edinburgh Film Festival, because that's where our director is from, Edinburgh. She was born and raised in Edinburgh and also in Kobe, Japan. So we're in the Tokyo Film Festival as well. So we're basically doing a round robin of festivals, and it's pretty exhausting. And after a certain period in time, you just want to get back to work, you know. So that's where we're at the moment. Twofold. You do get accolades and awards, and that helps you to sell the film. But more than that, you also make relationships and connections with the film festival programmers, so that when you make your next film, you will hopefully be able to go to those people and say, hey, I made my next film, I want you to have a look at it, I would love it to be at your festival. And you may have a better chance of being in that festival as a result of having a track record. The next film that we're working on right now, and the reason why the director is not at this festival, is because she's meeting with actresses in London and Edinburgh and Los Angeles for her next film, which is on stem cell research, it's called STEM. It's about stem cell research. It's about a woman who's basically, you know, working as a stem cell researcher in a laboratory. I'll get paid, hopefully. The next one, hopefully I'll get paid. Last one I got fed. Next one I'll get paid and I'll get fed. I work as a cameraman in the union in Los Angeles, and so basically I work as a paid union cameraman. I use that money to live and then to fund my lifestyle as an independent filmmaker. If I was a studio filmmaker, I would be a lot fatter than I am now. But because I'm an independent filmmaker, I can only be a vegetarian and drink water. It's a very slim life. I don't have a lavish lifestyle. I'm very cautious about how much I spend on gas. I don't do extraneous things. I only do things that will further the film. I'll always cook at home as opposed to eating out because it's cheaper. I will try to always use the money to fund the film as opposed to funding a lifestyle. 5 years' time, I would like to be retired, possibly with a bigger belly than I have now. In 5 years, I'd actually like to be sitting down writing a novel. The internet has changed the dynamics drastically. The social sites have completely changed the playing field. Studios are shaking in their boots because the power of filmmaking is right there in that camera, right there. That camera right there is capable of making a massive, hugely successful feature film right in the palm of your hands. And years ago that wasn't possible because there was so much extraneous equipment that was needed to do it, and you were always intimidated by all of the other stuff. Those days are gone. Now it takes a camera like that, a bit of ingenuity and a lot of heart, and that's it. And anybody can do it. And then don't believe anything I say, just go out and do it for yourself. Words of encouragement and advice for young filmmakers that want to get involved: don't let anybody stand in your way. If you have an idea, even if it's just a little seed, water that seed every day with creativity, and one day that seed will sprout, and from that sprout there will come a great bouquet of whatever it is. It could be weeds, it could be flowers, but ultimately it will be your seed that basically sprouted that. And don't listen to anybody, just do it from your head and your heart and just go forward and do it as much as you feel passionate about doing it, and just continue to do it. That's my advice. I'm going to wrap it up right now, and I would like you to come visit us on Facebook. We're on Facebook, Obselidia, and we're also on Obselidia.com, the movie, which is where our website is. You can always get in touch with me there. Email me, email Diane, our writer-director. She answers everybody. Matt Medlin, our producer, he answers everybody. John Michael, who is our editor, he also write to him. He'll help you with music. He'll help you with editing. He's a really smart guy. And write to me and ask me any questions you want to know about how to raise money, funding, and where to go to for funding. Thank you very much.